Hello girls, hello guys. In the last video, we had a little bit of issues because of these import here, icons. I will explain more later in a video specific about like this kind of problem when you import a lot of stuff, how to try to diagnose on Chrome what's going on. But for now in this video, I just would like to show you that I deployed after that video. That was when you stop the video and then I just deploy. Then if you go to how to create an app right now, let me open here, how to create an app. Then we already have some content. Of course, it's not good, but it's there. And you can also see the link that I posted. We can see the loader package. You can go to GitHub. Then it's working. Like it's bad, the style, but it's working. Okay. Then that was what I did. And I would like to show you something that I didn't do yet for this project, but I always do, is that if I try to connect to Meteor right now, where my app is not running, as you can see here, my app is not running, you can use like ps-aux grep Meteor to see all the processes that are running with Meteor. And can you see? Meteor is not running. This is just the ps-aux itself, the grep itself. Okay, then when I try to access my localhost database here, it's not going to connect. Why? Because I'm using the embedded database from Meteor, because Meteor stores this database inside your project. And actually, I'm never using this database because it's only accessible when I'm running Meteor. Then it's not the best approach. It's here, as you can see. And then I prefer to just initialize my database. And then I have like in this part, for example. Okay, then you can just install MongoDB. You can use the embedded database from Meteor, but I just prefer to just run standard MongoDB in my machine. Then you can just go here, select your operational system, and you install. Usually MongoDB will be installed in the part 27017, but I'm using 27020 because I don't know, it for a long time I just changed this part and using not a very strong reason here. Then I can create a new database here. You don't need to do this step if you don't want how to create an app. Meteor is going to create for you, but I can create my database here. Then how can I use this database? Because if I just start here, Meteor, it's going to start the database, as you are going to see pretty soon. Yeah, started MongoDB. Then it's going to use this database here. Then now it's working. Now I can access the database, but I don't want that, right? Then I need to provide different settings. And for this, I'm going to create a runner here. I don't need to create a runner. I can just do like Mongo URL and then my URL and then whatever and then Meteor. But I prefer to use runners because it's easier. Just one click later and I can run. I don't know if VS Code has runners now, but in the past, I think it didn't. But anyway, then I can create a runner. It's going to use Meteor already because I choose Meteor from this list. And then I can provide here like settings. If I need to have settings or whatever I want to pass, I will pass one other settings pretty soon here. But the one that I want right now is the Mongo URL. Then the Mongo URL usually has this format here, MongoDB / the host, in my case, localhost. In my case, my part is 27. If you're doing this in your machine, it's probably 20. It's 17 and not 20 in the end. And then I just have my how to create an app. I am local here. Then I don't think I set up a user and a password for this database. But if you have user and password, you just need to put here user and user password at in your database. But I think local here, it's going to work like this. Okay, then every time that I run this runner, it's going to inject this env variable. Let me try. Okay, then I can just click run or I can debug. Then it's, for me, it's better. And I can also kill the process here if I need. Then I have more control than in the terminal, but the terminal works, of course, but I prefer usually to use the IDE for this. Yeah, it started. You see, it was a lot faster, right? Because Meteor didn't need to load the data and start the database. It was just the app. And I already told you that when I make a change here, let me show you this. I make any change here. If you watch carefully, Meteor is bundling two different bundles. In this case, it was too fast. Let me see if I can do something in the server. Main the server. I just add some random stuff here. Okay, this was something that I can also show this later in another video, but I send this video that I'm recording using the command line to S3. Then my editor, Thales, goes there and get the files from there, but I don't do this manually. I just run this command or any other commands. But now I want to show you. Yeah, let me do, we can do other things here. Let me do this as well. I can put like Meteor profile and put a number here, and that's going to display the lines with logs that are above 1 millisecond, because I put 1, when Meteor is doing something in the build process. But you don't want to use this all the time because it's going to generate a lot of logs here. But my point is that Meteor is bundling for Chrome and bundling for old browsers like IE and whatever. And I don't want to wait these two bundles to happen all the time. Or I don't want to waste my CPU because Meteor does in parallel. It first releases the first one. Oh, can you see? It delayed the legacy, but it was doing the legacy anyway. And I don't want to do the legacy all the time because I'm not using IE here. It's useless. Then I'm going to go here. And even I think this feature of Meteor is not well documented. You need to improve it. But if you go here and you put exclude architectures, and then we have these options here. Then I'm going to put exclude architectures here as a command option. And then I can exclude this. And I can also exclude Cordova for now. We are going to use Cordova later, but with a different runner. Or maybe we are never going to use Cordova, but it will be there anyway. It's not going to cause a problem. And let me run again, and I will do the same change here. And we don't expect to see anything mentioning the legacy one. And if you go up here, I believe you can see the command line here. Yeah, you can see that we are running this command line. You can't see the env variables though. Then be careful to not add an env variable that you don't know what it does. Okay, now if I make the same change, it's going to restart, but I don't think it's going to create the legacy bundle. Yeah, can you see? It just restarted, but that's it. It's not touching the legacy bundle. And that's what we want. Then you don't need to waste CPU in this process all the time. Okay, then let me just remove this profile because I don't want to see all these logs all the time. This is useful when like, oh, my app is really slow. What's going on? Maybe you can find a module, like a very huge module that's loading, like in our problem before. Like this module, it's a little bit heavy for the logs. Then you can understand that, and that doesn't mean that's a problem, but you can understand, okay, that's why Meteor is taking like 200 milliseconds in this package because this guy is heavy. Then maybe you should change it, or maybe you just, okay, I like this module and I want to use anyway. Okay, and you can put like 200, then just modules that are getting 200 or more, and whatever. Then you are going to see fewer lines. Okay, and also we forgot to commit. And like I have a fun story to tell you here, like because when I was in the college, I forgot to commit. Sorry, no, I didn't have any idea that GitHub exists that time. And I was coding and saving my email and saving my Google Drive, I believe, or Dropbox. And in the meantime, I was not saving all the day, every day, because it was a mess, right, to copy and to paste. And then my laptop was stolen from my house. Then I lost like 1 month of work. And after that, I am kind of traumatized. Then I always commit everything every time because I don't want to lose it. And you can also, your hard drive can fail. They are just device, right? Then what we did here, I don't remember, but I think we list the contents inside the topic, and that was it. I think so, right? Yeah. Then I'm going to comment this, and also we can also mark this file here to be stored in the project. And then I can click here, then I can click here. Let me see what okay, I want to add this because this is an IDE file and maybe you don't want to commit this file. But if you are working a team, then when the team member downloads your project, it's also going to see the same exactly runner here. And if I delete this folder in my computer and I clone later again, I'm also going to get this for free. Then it's not like some crazy magic here. It's just like some configurations in XML. Then it's pretty good to have this. I also like to commit this. Then, and also it's a good way to document what runner you're using because now the runner is on GitHub as well. Okay, let me commit this. And that was a light video, not a lot of information, just how to set up your MongoDB URL. And just make sure you are really using the MongoDB before we wrap up. We can just check here. And if you refresh, you should see our data because we are initializing the data. If the data is not there, that was a new database, then the data, of course, was not there. Then if you look to localhost, we are going to see the same. That's it, guys. See you in the next video.